I'm out here today sitting with quite a lovely old beech tree, and you can see it's quite old and has this beautiful grey bark. Beech trees are wonderfully healing trees. They are known as Mother of the Woods for a reason, because they're very motherly. They have an air of nurturing about them that is quite prevalent when you come into these woods. And I spend a lot of time in the woodland because I live in a place where there are tons of woods, and I live in Wales, so it's beech tree rich. It's gorgeous. Having that sense of motherliness can be quite important for us, because we realise that our family is not just our human family, it's the whole world, it's what we experience through life. And these mothers of the woods, they exude that kind of air of wanting to give you a hug, I think, and they want to look after you. They're known as Mothers of the Woods as well because they have an ability to really work through their root systems to nurture each other, to share nutrients and information. You will see in a beechwood they make millions and millions of nuts, and on the floor of a beechwood you'll just see all these nut husks. If you can find the nuts, you're lucky, because the squirrels have normally eaten them. But the nut husks, which I'll show you here, I make crafts with these when they open up, and you walk along the floor, there's thousands, well, there's millions of these, I would say, because just walking through the woodland they make so many of them. And when you see these, you'll see a lot of young beech trees coming out of the ground, and they will need a time to grow. So the canopy within a beech tree wood is very dense. It's a very dense canopy, and you see these leaves come out in there, thousands and thousands, and the canopy is good shelter. So the small trees that come through, they might not grow very tall until there's a chance and there's a break in the canopy to come through. They're very wise trees, these are, so they look after their young, and then when they're able, the young come through and they grow. They also nurture older trees, very good community-based trees, and we can learn quite a lot from them, I think. The canopy in the woods is really good because it stops storm damage. So you think about, in a storm, the wind rushes through. If you've got a lot of trees and you've got a good canopy, the wind's not coming through, it's not bending those trees and exerting a force upon them. The canopy also protects the earth, so it stops the earth drying out so much, and that's really useful for beech trees because they really like water, and they need a lot of water like we do, you know. As a species, we need a lot of water to keep healthy. There's a lot going on in the woods, and each tree around us has its own personality and its own ability to work with healing for us. So an oak tree is very strong and a gentle giant, quite paternal energy, I think, and the hawthorn's a very loving, heart-based, almost like a fairy otherworld tree, and the yew has this transformative, strong quality, transforming you, your soul, and your soul journey through life. And the beech tree has a very gentleness, a lightness, loves the light, really loves the light. And you often see beech trees drop their branches lower down because there's no point in the leaves trying to photosynthesize because the canopy is so tall. So being here is a very gentle thing. It's a very peaceful thing to do. If you want to gather the nuts, they are found inside these husks. Like I say, if you find them, the squirrels already haven't got them, well, good. They're quite small, they're not like an acorn or a chestnut. You can cook them up, you can grind them into flour or make them into coffee. So they have their own uses. The leaves are also quite good. 1 minute, leaf. Here's a beech leaf. And the beech leaves, they come out in spring, they're very light green and they're very soft, very soft. You can eat these in a salad. A bit tough now, it's quite dirty, I'm not going to eat that one, but it's good to know what you can eat when you're in the woodland, because it's good for survival, isn't it? I think we're at a point in our human species where we don't really know what's going to happen and where we're going, and I've been quite aware of that for quite some time. Where, as a species, we've always lived very harmoniously with nature, and we knew what to eat, we knew what to use for medicines. We saw these beings as very wise. They're very wise, gentle beings, and there's a lot we can learn from them. And when you come into the woods and you have a walk around, you find that your perspective naturally changes. You find the creative realms come through a bit more, inspiration comes through, and you start to see beyond just this sort of maybe more civilized, controlled world that's being given, and you start opening up to new ways of being. It's like the doors of perception. You're opening up your doors of perception to become more able to be in tune with the bigger world. That's not just the physical man-built world, but it's that we are in a world where we're all connected through energy fields, and we work with energy. We have worked with energy healing for thousands of years, all our ancient cultures. If we're looking at traditional Chinese medicine or the chakras, you're looking at Native Americans, you're looking at ancient Egyptians. They understood the power of the glands and our third eye and the thymus gland, and our ability to connect with nature for healing, and therefore connect with the bigger spiritual self. This, I would say, is an essential part of our life, and when it gets lost, then we lose the soul of what everything is, and we lose contact with our own souls. Our souls, our spiritual selves are vital for survival as a species right now. So I encourage you to go and sit with the beech trees if you want a bit of nurturing, a bit of beautifulness, and just be here and walk with them and use your senses. I thank you for watching my videos, I really do, and I hope it's helping. I do one-to-one sessions as an energy healer, and also working with nature as workshops, so my website has details of those if you're interested. But thank you, and I wish you all the best. Another beautiful day. Thank you.